Bold and the Beautiful put Bill Spencer in a spot he seldom visits, now that he finds himself a victim of a scam on the CBS soap. But the publishing tycoon needs to get to the bottom of this, which points to Luna Nozawa, Poppy Nozawa, and her sister Lee Finnegan. Someone from this family has the answers he's looking for, so now he's on a mission. Bill Spencer, Don Diamont, trusted Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, to administer the first paternity test. So it stands to reason he sets out to get answers from her. Bold and the Beautiful fans can only assume Lie tainted the test to show Bill as Luna Nozawa's, Lisa Yamada, father. And they believe the reason behind this is to cover up the real identity of her father. Bold and the Beautiful fans suggest Finn or his father as possible DNA matches for a paternity with Luna. But maybe Lie had another motive for this switch, naming Bill Spencer. That paternity test never left Lee's sight, so her niece couldn't have tampered with it. That's unless B&B offers a flashback not seen before, explaining how she could. But maybe Luna manipulated some help. Did she put on an act for her aunt as the poor little girl wanting desperately to find her father? It's possible Lie fell for her niece's sweet demeanor, as everyone else did on Bold and the Beautiful. Since Lee admires Bill, which she said a few times recently on the soap, maybe this was her answer. So, was her only motive for tampering with the test to give her niece a life she thought she deserved, with Bill Spencer? But now, the Forrester intern planted that kiss on Bill, so the devious side of his would-be daughter emerged. Bold and the Beautiful could make Luna the demon in the murders and the mastermind to make Bill Spencer her dad. But the tide changes as last week on Bold and the Beautiful, it looked like Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, got her big sister back. It also looked as if Poppy believed Bill was Luna's biological father. So another horrific slam on the soap waits for her. The new test results. Next, Bill likely heads for Lie to get her explanation on the first paternity test. But he may find she is also a victim of Luna's manipulation. From Friday's cliffhanger, it looks like Luna orchestrated the ploy to be named a Bill Spencer heir. But this is Bold and Beautiful, so a twist could slide in when you least expect it. If these murders fall back on Luna, Bill might side with Lie Finnegan in an attempt to help an innocent Poppy. But this is a big if. Despite it looking like the sisters mended fences last week, another shoe could always fall on Bold and the Beautiful. But Poppy will likely blame herself for what Luna has become and take the rap for her. Who knows, Bold and Beautiful may decide to spawn a mini version of Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, in this Forrester intern. So the shocking twist for Bill Spencer and Luna Nozawa last week leaves the canvas wide open, and the CBS soap can go any direction from here. The relentless California sun beat down on the glittering skyline of Los Angeles, casting long shadows over the Forrester mansion. Inside the grand estate, tension thickened the air like an approaching storm. Bill Spencer, the titan of industry with a heart as cold as his wealth was vast, stood by the window, his usually steely resolve shaken to the core. Bill had spent his life controlling everything and everyone around him, but nothing had prepared him for the revelation that had surfaced over the past few days. The whispers started small, rumors circulating among the elite of LA, until they reached his ears. The rumors suggested something far darker than anything Bill had ever encountered, a string of unsolved murders linked to paternity cover-ups, with ties to the very families he had intertwined his life with. His heart pounded as he recalled the first time he heard the name whispered in hushed tones. Dr. David Greystone, a brilliant but sinister fertility specialist who had worked with many of the city's most powerful families. Greystone was known for his ability to work miracles, but now it seemed those miracles came with a deadly price. The word on the street was that Greystone had been involved in manipulating paternity tests, covering up affairs, and even orchestrating the disappearances of those who knew too much. The latest victim was a young woman, barely out of her 20s, whose body had been found in a remote canyon. She had been a patient of Greystone's clinic, and her death had been ruled an accident. But Bill knew better. He had seen too much in his time to believe in coincidences. It was no accident, and if the rumors were true, her death was just the tip of the iceberg. Bill's stomach churned with a mix of anger and fear, emotions that rarely surfaced in the man known as Dollar Bill. He had to know the truth, The more he dug, the more he found connections leading back to Greystone, but also to people much closer to home. People like Ridge Forrester, his longtime rival, and even Brooke Logan, the woman who had been the center of their mutual obsession for years. Could they be involved? Were they as much victims of this twisted scheme as anyone else, or had they played a role in covering up the truth to protect their own interests? Bill needed answers, and he needed them fast. His mind raced as he considered his options. Confronting Ridge or Brooke head-on could be dangerous. If they were involved, they might already suspect that he was onto them. But if he didn't act quickly, more lives could be at stake. And Bill Spencer was not a man who sat back and let others dictate the terms. He decided to take a different approach. Bill knew there was only one person who could help him navigate the murky waters of Lay's elite without drawing too much attention. Justin Barber, his former right-hand man and fixer, who had recently returned to the city. Justin had connections that ran deep and dark, and if there was a way to get to the bottom of these murders, Justin would find it. Bill grabbed his phone and dialed the number. His voice was steady, but the cold determination in his tone left no room for doubt. "Justin, it's Bill. I need you to find someone for me, David Greystone. And when you do, I want to know everything about him. No stone unturned." As he hung up, Bill stared out the window, his reflection a stark contrast to the vibrant cityscape behind him. The truth was out there, buried beneath layers of deception, and he was determined to uncover it, no matter the cost. The game was on, and Bill Spencer was playing for keeps.